Welcome back to Bachelor Happy Hour's Golden Hour. Thanks for joining us today. We're so excited to be back. It's another beautiful day with Susan and me chatting about God knows what. How are you doing?
Love when we love getting together like this and hearing from everybody and talking about you know what?
What?
Us
Us?
and Bachelor World and the questions that we get.
I mean,
today we're going to do more of it.
I love it. I love it. Don't you feel good though that people actually want to hear us talk?
Yes. And talking to Gary, I mean, that episode was good. That was really good. So everybody make sure you're still submitting, because not only do we like doing it, so do our guests. I mean, they get into it, right, Kat?
Yeah, I love it.
And you know how? Go to bachelornation.com/golden hour. And that's all you have to do.
That's all you have to do. You can send it all to us, your questions, your updates, your requests for dates with Susan or me, all of it.
We're still waiting.
We're still waiting. All of it. You can also DM us, by the way, on Instagram at Bachelor Happy Hour. So feel free to do that as well.
Sounds good to me. Okay, Kathy, you know what time it is. Let's get into today's episode. And what do we
I thought you were going to say it's cocktail time. No, it's not.
Well,
it's question of the day time.
Question of the day. Have you ever had to break out of a bad habit, whether it's biting your nails or repeating generational curses? And how did you do it?
Okay. What's the bad habit you've broken, Susan? Tell me.
I don't know that I ever fully break them. I did do something. Bad habit was I was addicted to potato chips, and I gave it up for Lent last year, and I succeeded.
Oh, but you've been eating potato chips.
You're year was up. It's a new year. It's a new Lent.
It's a new Lent.
I never was a nail biter.
Can I tell you?
The hardest thing for me was smoking, and it still will hit.
Yeah, you fight it. You try, but you fight it. Okay. Can I tell a horrible story? But you have to.
We're going to start off good today, ladies and gentlemen.
Please, Bachelor Nation, do not write and tell me I'm a terrible mother. I have
had judgments.
It's going to be, everyone's going to judge me, but my son, my middle son, the one that you married, they just had their first anniversary, Kyle and Candy.
I wish them a happy anniversary.
Did you? Oh, I bet they love that. So when Kyle was a kid, he bit his nails down to the quick. I'm just going to start by telling you, he still bites his nails down. Like, I can't even look at his hands. It's so bad. So I decided, because I was crazy, not really, but I did this. Are you ready?
You put the pepper
I painted
on
his nails.
Yes,
with nail polish.
It burns, right?
No, a colored nail polish, and made him go to school. Because I thought
go ahead and write in. I'm giving
Thanks a lot, friend.
What color? Pink?
No, I don't remember. I think it was like.
Tell me why. What did that?
Because I read somewhere. It wasn't me being like, vicious, horrible mother, although I was. I didn't mean to be. I read somewhere. I just had nail polish. I don't remember what color it was. I didn't go out and say, what's the most garish color I can buy and stick it on his hands. But I read somewhere that if you put nail polish on a kid's nails, the taste, they won't bite their nails. So I thought, okay, well, I didn't think it through, clearly. And
how old was he?
18.
That's good. Yeah.
I'm joking. He was in second grade or third grade. Anyway, it was awfully, to this day, Kyle, if you're listening, I still apologize. I hope you have forgiven me. His nails, I know it's awful. Please don't
Can I just say one thing? Couldn't you have used clear? He's a boy in school. Clear would have worked.
It didn't work. That's what I'm telling you. He bit it all off. I mean, he probably poisoned himself. Anyway.
But there are things out there that you put on a nail to help people.
Whatever it is, trust and believe me, it did not work. He still chomps on his nails. I can say for myself, my worst habit, I know, I'm embarrassed. Please don't write mean things in. I really have guilt over it. I
have one too. Go ahead.
My worst habit is interrupting. I think that is my worst habit. I've had guys I've dated. I'm so much more aware of it. What I try to do, and I know you and I interrupt each other on the podcast, but we've gotten better. Yeah. I really try to wait until the person stops talking.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes they're just taking a breath, but it's really hard to cure a bad habit.
It certainly is.
Okay, what's your story?
Is. And for me, it was listening. I am now way more in tune and then, when someone's talking and the thought comes to your head, they trigger something, you want to blurt it out.
Yes.
I try to work on it every day. Slow your roll. Yeah. My fear is, and the reason I believe that I've learned it out because I'm going to forget.
That's why I interrupt, Susan.
Yes, exactly.
I'm going to forget. And how many times when you and I are on the phone, we'll have a four-way call going with Nancy and Joan and whoever else. And then I'll say, I'm not going to interrupt. And then somebody will say, okay, Kathy, what did you want to say? I don't remember.
Or I'll say, excuse me, can I get this out? Because if I don't say it now, it's never going to happen. But no, I remember as a child, I was a bedwetter.
Me too.
Were you?
I absolutely was until I was about 12 or 12, probably 12.
I don't know that it was me that broke that habit or my mom beat the shit out of me. I don't know.
No, that's not a habit, wetting the bed.
It was.
No, it's not. That is not a habit. That is
other habits. I mean,
it's not a habit.
Running
Susan.
late. Running
wait,
late.
Listen to me. Wait, I'm going to interrupt.
It's going to teach me about habits.
If you sit on your bed and say, I think I'll pee on my bed, that would be a bad habit. If you are dead sleep, and you pee, it's because it's not a habit. Your body can't wake up. You don't have the maturity. So that's not a bad habit.
So we must not have any bad habits, Kathy.
I interrupt.
And you people out there, what are your bad habits and how did you overcome them?
Yeah, please let us know. What is a bad habit you have? And again, no comments about my son. He's fine. He's happily married.
That was so cute, though. She didn't even think of Clear. Why would she think of that?
I just started wearing nail polish myself a few years ago. I don't like to get ahead of myself.
I made you get the nails. You cursed me for it because now you're a slave to it. But your hands look beautiful.
Thank you.
What do you think of when you hear Amazon Prime? Delivery trucks outside your home, your favorite streaming shows, of course. But there is so much more. Whatever you love, that's what Prime is. Prime helps you get more out of it. It just makes
firm at forthepeople.com.
May not want to take one daily or can occur, which can cause serious internal bleeding. Ask for yourself.
It's the right time for Zen. Find freedom.
Dater. And I really think it's Wayne. All right, we're going to get into our fan questions today. I'm going to read the first one. I can't wait. All right, the first one is from Tanya. Hi, ladies. I need some advice. My best friend is a serial dater, and I really think it's weighing on her mental health. We're both 28 years old, and she's never been single. I wouldn't be concerned if she just happened to find really great guys, but that's not the case. These relationships always end up sucking the life out of her, and she just jumps into another one instead of healing from the last. How do I help her break out of this?
You can't.
I was going to say, let's say it in unison. One more time. You can't. She's got to want to do it herself.
I mean, you could bring light to it and remind her. I mean, Kathy, you yourself said to me about my choices or things like that. Take a break.
Yeah.
Take a break and look at you. And as we both said, that show, The Golden Bachelor, when I went on there, because I was on all kinds of dating sites and such, that show cured me. Not forever, but
wait, what did
I stopped looking. I stopped looking.
Yeah.
I was okay with me and the beautiful new friendships I have. And
that's because you had the life lesson, Susan. That's the point here. True. That is the point. I think this girl, Tanya, your friend, it's about her. It's not even about the guys. The guys could be the most fabulous men on the earth. It's not about them. It really is about her. For whatever reason, she can't be alone, is afraid to be alone, isn't a complete person, finds her completeness in a man instead of finding her completeness in herself, and then looking for a man to compliment her. It's her problem to figure out. So maybe my suggestion would be maybe you could have those kinds of conversations with her. What's wrong? Why do you not feel complete? Maybe you need to look at that aspect.
And Tanya's saying she really thinks it's weighing on her mental health, the girlfriend's mental health.
Yeah.
And that's all you have to bring up. Like, I'm noticing this is ruining you. It's stressing you out. Take time for you.
And Tanya, I would
or call
say
Kathy and
I
she'll
would
just say 5 words and it'll be done. Bing, bang, boom.
bada bing, bada bang. Wait, I was going to say, if these guys, they're 28, unfortunately, I was going to say, could she send some of her surplus my way?
I want to know how she gets one really quick right after the other one.
Yeah. Tanya, you're a good friend. Let us know what happens. Have the conversation with her.
Yes.
But in the end, she has to want to stop being a serial dater and
Yes,
figure
she
out
does.
what's going on in her own life.
Yes, she does. But thank you. And let us know. Like,
Yeah.
We can't take her leftovers, Kat. She's too young. Okay, the next one. Hi, Kathy and Susan. I'm freaking out. LOL. The other day, I was in a tiff with my boyfriend. Suddenly, I caught myself using the same tactics that my mom used to use on me when I was a teenager. I love my mom and I think she's great. But this made me realize that I'm doing a lot of the things I once resented her for. I said, I'm just going to go. During that tiff and flashback to when I was a kid, and she would say that to me, it made me sick to my stomach. How do I avoid becoming just like my mom when it comes to the negative qualities I observed of her? They might not be negative, girlfriend. It might just be a life lesson.
Yeah.
It gave me joy the day my daughter called me up and said, Mom, thank you. Thank you. And I hear her doing the same things.
I will tell you, I did not want to be like my mother because my mother was not the nicest person on the planet. And so to answer the simple answer here is, how do you avoid becoming just like your mom? Well, like Susan said, maybe some of her qualities are good. If the qualities are negative and you really think they're negative, think before you speak.
You speak.
Think before you act. We've heard
Just
this
pause.
how many times in our life.
Pause.
If we all would just stop and think first.
Kathy, I still try. I still do it. I get it.
Yeah.
You just pause. Yes.
But
Breathe.
I will agree with Susan. My daughter, since my youngest granddaughter is almost 2 years old, I have become much smarter in my daughter's eyes over the last 2 years.
Yeah,
It's
they
amazing.
appreciate.
They say that your IQ diminishes. Not in my daughter's eyes. Mine is just escalated. 2 years ago, I got smart. I don't know what to say about
Exactly.
that.
And I noticed that she said she resented her mom because of that. Well, maybe you were doing things that you needed to be reprimanded for or talked to about, and you didn't like it. Just like your boyfriend, you found yourself saying because he did something that wasn't okay with you.
And like Susan said, maybe Mama knew exactly what she was saying.
Rethink this one, baby doll.
Yeah, rethink it. Let us know. And by the way, if the boyfriend is not worth keeping, don't try to drag out a thing that ain't worth keeping. Show him the door.
Oh, that had a little jingle to it.
Right. Say, here's a better jingle. Here's your hat. What's your hurry? Bye-bye.
Don't let the door hit you in the ass.
Yeah, that was nice. I said that in the last one. I'm full of these little pithy quotes today. All right, let's go on. Let us know how it goes, though. All right, question 3 is from Anonymous Lady. Okay. And by the way, let me just take a minute here.
Yeah.
Don't feel, listeners, that you have to say your name because any question you're asking, somebody else has the same question. So feel free, write in Anonymous. We'll be happy to answer your questions.
Make up a name if you want to. We don't care.
Make up your name.
But we've had people say to us, I am so glad on episode such and such that they asked that question. That's something I really wanted to know, but never would ask.
Yeah.
So you help other people by
There
asking.
you go. All right. So Anonymous asks, ladies, I need you to talk some sense to me. Well, Anonymous, you have come to the right place. We are good at talking. Why do I keep going back to my ex? The sex isn't that great. I live in a big city and I'm young with no responsibilities. And yet I keep going back to him. Why do you think I'm always falling back into his arms? He's just as guilty in terms of keeping that door open. But honestly, he's not always the one initiating. What can I do to finally put an end to this? Thank you. Well, can I just answer this real quickly? What you can do?
Sure.
What you can do real quickly is not go back. Tie your hands behind your back, put tape across your mouth, disconnect your phone. Don't do it. It's, people are
It's that
always,
easy.
It's that easy. People are
All right,
looking
if
for.
he-
Go ahead.
Go ahead. I'm sorry, Kathy.
No, I was just going to say people
I
look
just
for.
interrupted, Kathy. We're practicing.
That's all right. I was just going to say people look for like magical things. Why do you keep going back? Hell if I know. You're
It's a
insecure.
comfort. Yeah,
It's comfort. It's, the devil you know is better than the devil you don't know. There's another pithy quote. Whatever it is, it's not healthy. So why do you keep doing it? You got me. Stop doing it.
Also, well, first of all, the sex isn't great. I don't know why.
Oh.
But I'm just saying, sometimes you have great sex with somebody and they're not in your life. You're not together anymore, but you visit that because it's comfortable. You know it. That I can understand. That could be an excuse, if you will. But here, nothing's good. Sometimes people just don't want to be alone. But my main thing that hits me why she shouldn't go back is because you're not open for someone else.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You have to close the door to be able to receive again and let somebody else in.
But you know what's interesting is she's the one. She said he's not always the one initiating. But the question is very simple. You ask, why do I keep going back to my ex? Because you think something is better than nothing. And as Susan just said, something is not always better than nothing. And sometimes you have to be alone for a spell so that you have time to open your heart and mind for something new. I think it's some insecurity here. You're afraid to be alone.
I've been there. I've done it.
I mean,
many
I get it.
times.
I don't like being alone. We all would like to have that person to share a conversation with, dinner with, a glass of wine with, all those things. But sometimes you have to be alone and let your mind just be silent and so that you are open to meeting that next person. Right?
What do you think of when you hear Amazon Prime? Delivery is just so easy.
Done me in rooms throughout America.
Implant 68 milligram radio PAKE. Birth control methods such as .com or call
Office vibe check.
Free, hassle-free. Learn more at
It is. But we wish you luck and keep trying.
Be silent and alone with your thoughts so that
nicotine is an addictive chemical.
So, you know what? Sometimes your brain, your mind, your body, you have to be silent and alone with your thoughts so that you can figure out how you got to where you got and how you want to plan your steps to get to where you want to be. I mean, it's just that simple sometimes.
It is. But we wish you luck and keep trying. You'll get there.
Yeah. Well, no, don't keep trying.
Anonymous.
Anonymous.
Keep trying to avoid going back.
No, don't keep trying.
Kathy said just stop.
Just stop. That's right. Just do it. Just do it. Show them the
Just do it
door.
like Nike said.
That's right.
Just
Show them the door and move on. All right. We ready? We've given all this great advice. I think we should play a game.
Of course you do.
I
We
love
this part.
games. We love games.
it.
This one is called Deal Breakers. Friendship edition, because as everyone knows,
Okay.
Susan and I are very good friends. We're going to read hypotheticals, and then we're going to say if we think it's a deal breaker. And I'm going to start with the first one,
Okay.
which is near and dear to us. Your friend shares a deep secret of yours with someone else after promising to keep it private.
Guilty. I'm guilty.
Susan is,
And I don't do it immediate on purpose. It just ends up coming out sometimes.
She never does it on purpose, but we've all
don't,
learned
but
with Susan.
I've worked on it.
You're
on
working.
this.
And we've also learned we have things we tell Susan and things we don't. Because
And I asked them too.
Yeah.
As you are about to say, please.
Yeah.
No, don't tell me. I'd
don't
rather
tell
not
her because
Yeah.
somebody else will call you and say such and such.
Yeah.
And
triggers. Yeah.
I'll say, where did you hear that, Susan?
Susan.
Next phone
All
call,
right. Is
Susan.
it a deal? Is it a deal breaker?
It's not with you because you're a dear friend, but is it a deal breaker for you?
Your friendship? No, it's not. You're disappointed and you talk to them and hope it doesn't happen again. I don't think it's a deal breaker.
I mean, I got to say, like, if there are other things about that person, I didn't love. That could be the straw that broke the camel's back.
Yes, this is true. Right. Okay. They lied to you about something small, but you only find out much later.
I mean, something small. I know.
What happens when you find out later? That seed was planted, and then the trust things. You'll second guess whether to trust somebody.
Something small?
I mean, why lie if it's small?
Because it was just inconsequential. They probably didn't realize. I mean, if it's that small, I wouldn't. I'm sure I've lied, but it wasn't a lie. It ultimately turned out to be a lie.
Wait, I'm sure I lied, but it wasn't a lie.
I'm saying I didn't.
Give me an example of what you think.
You said to me, Kathy, what did you do last night? And I'm just like, oh, I stayed home. I was home most of the night. I whatever. And I didn't think about it. My neighbor popped over for a glass of wine. She was there half an hour.
Lie. Well, that's not a lie. It's just not giving them all the information. But I wouldn't call that a lie.
Well,
right?
Okay.
I don't know. I don't like that one.
All right, let's move along then. Go.
Okay.
You find out they've been secretly hanging out with someone who openly dislikes you. That's their life.
You find out they're secretly hanging out with somebody that dislikes you?
Yeah. So let's say, poor Nancy, we always use her as an example. Let's say Nancy openly disliked me, which she doesn't, but let's say she did.
Find out,
and I find out that you're hanging out with Nancy.
Well, so?
Yeah, exactly what I said. Who cares? Yeah, you want to waste your time over that good for nothing Nancy? That's your problem.
Right. Okay, they date your ex without giving you a heads up. Oh.
Okay, you and I are going to disagree on this one.
How long was the ex, number one?
How long has he been an ex? Is that what you're saying?
That's what I mean. If it's been years, I would still have to mention it. If you're my friend, I'm going to say, you're not going to like this, or I want to know how you feel about it. But I've been chatting with.
I'm not. You and I have never dated the same man, but, let's use Gary, since we had Gary on our podcast. Mm-hmm. Let's say you had dated Gary 10 years ago, and I met Gary and I started dating him. I would not feel any compunction to tell you. I would probably say
10 years. Well, I might be married.
That's what I'm saying. It depends on the now. Yes. If you had broken up with Gary 3 months ago, and I started dating him, I'm going to talk to you about it. That's girl code. That is girl code.
We agree.
That's girl code. But if it's been a long time, who cares?
Yeah.
All right. What's the next one?
Oh, look at the next one, Kath.
Go.
They pretend they don't know you in front of guys they have a crush on. How weird is that?
Deal
Why
breaker.
Would you pretend you don't know someone?
I don't know. That would be a deal breaker because I would decide my friend is a weirdo.
You got issues, babe.
Yeah, that's issues. All right. They cancel. Oh, this one bugs the tar out of me. They cancel plans with you last minute all the time, but never cancel on others. I have the solution for this. What do you do?
I'll never ask them again.
I literally, when someone cancels on me repeatedly, I don't invite them anymore. I just don't invite them anymore.
And I constantly get, my feelings are hurt. You didn't even, I said, you know what? It's an open invitation. You want to come? But I am not singly inviting you because you always say yes.
Oh,
and you
my
never,
Lord,
ever
Susan.
Come.
So many words.
I see.
So many words.
I explain things. Kat.
Oh, Lord Almighty. You don't need just don't do it. Remember Nike just do it 2 minutes ago? Now I'm saying just don't do it. Don't invite. Don't invite. And then if she calls and says, Susan, you're going out with all the girls. Oh, sorry, you want to come along? Come along. Don't say I don't know because you never show up.
They call him wine. My feelings hurt. You never. I've been inviting you for 15 years. 15 years, you don't come. Twice in 15 years. I'm done. Okay. This is no pun intended. They constantly interrupt you in conversations. And the second part is not you at all and never seem to listen.
Let me just say, if that were true, you and I would not be friends.
Yeah, exactly. And you know what? If somebody constantly interrupts, you bring it to their attention. That's all.
And be kind, because
it's not a deal breaker.
I had a guy that said true story. I met a guy. This was probably, I don't know, a year and a half ago after the show. Really nice guy. And we dated. And when I get excited, I'm just like a puppy dog. You know, I'm exuberant.
Bubbly. Yeah.
Bubbly, even more so than normally. And I interrupted. And after I was so excited about this guy. He said to me, "You are beautiful. You're smart. You're fun. I love your sense of humor. But I can't deal with your interrupting." Yep.
Some people are more sensitive to it. Yeah.
Well, you know what I figured? This is what I told myself. It wouldn't work. It wouldn't work. But also, if that was enough that he didn't want to get to know me anymore, then he wasn't the right guy for me.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
That's exactly right.
All right.
All right. You got the next
one? They
one?
keep pushing you to do things they know you're uncomfortable with. It's not a deal breaker.
It's not a deal. You just say no.
Well,
if you're uncomfortable, you say not interested.
Or you just, I push people to do things, but usually they'll say something like, and not a bad thing. I mean, just something fun or whatever. Yeah. But what I'll say is,
what's fun to you in your eyes,
right? And that's exactly right. So they'll say something like, "Kathy, that's not something I want to do," and I say, "But I want you to try it." I don't want to do it. Okay. It's my puppy dog personality. Like, try it, you'll like it.
Okay, you lend the money and they never pay you back. Then act like it never happened. There's no such thing, because I will tell them it happened. And you're going to get on a scale. I've had this happen many times. I call them every payday. It's a nightmare.
I'll tell you, I don't lend money anymore because of this quick story I'm going to tell you. She was in my wedding in high school. We don't talk anymore. I won't, in case she's listening, she asked me to borrow a pretty good sum of money. And she said, "I can pay it back to you in full in 6 weeks when I get my paycheck." I'm changing the timing a little bit just because I don't.
And you're holding her word to that.
And we'd known each other since high school, and we hadn't talked in many years, but we rekindled our friendship, and we had rekindled the friendship probably for a couple of years when she asked me. She's had a tough life. She's had some, and I had a pretty blessed life. So I said, sure. My husband was still alive, and he said, "But Kathy, you've got to get that money back. We can't gift that kind of money." I said,
yeah, right.
She said she'll give it back in 6 weeks. 6 weeks came and went. I asked her 2 or 3 times. It got really ugly. I won't even tell you. She ultimately paid me back, but was really ugly about it.
And it cost the friendship.
And it was the beginning. So now if you call me, Susan, and say, "Kathy, can I borrow $100?" This was much more bad. Exactly. I'm going to say, "Here you go, Susan," and hope I get it back. But if I don't, it's not going to ruin my friendship. But I don't lend. Yeah. I make it a practice not to really lend money anymore.
Yeah, I try not to too.
Except unless it's my kids, and then you call it a gift.
You never get it back.
That's what I said.
Christopher, he was pretty good.
It's a gift. All right, go ahead.
They always tease you in front of others and claim they're just joking, but they never do it in private.
It's never a joke. You've heard me before.
It's not fun. Don't tease. I mean, it depends on what you're teasing about, But
No. If you're teasing someone, that other person probably feels self-conscious or uncomfortable. Sure, so it's not a joke. It's not funny. It's just.
But do I tease you? Don't I tease you?
Yeah, but you're not cruel about it.
No.
You don't tease me about something that I'm uncomfortable about.
Yes,
there's things that I'll give you one example. The world knows you don't tease me about my weight because you know that I'm uncomfortable about that.
I tease you about you're sick in the head because you're so thin and you see something different.
No,
you
don't.
No,
tease.
I got you. I got
see, because it's not funny. And
you
so
don't tease me about my belly roll.
Listen,
and
Susan,
I still wear a bikini.
Susan gets to go to the beach and wear a bikini. I have on bloomers and a long sleeve shirt. It's pathetic. It's pathetic.
True. Hey, everybody out there, are you enjoying this?
I mean,
we want to know what you think.
I just can't believe that the time goes so quickly. Is there anything going on in your life? We haven't had much catch up lately. Anything going on in your life you want to talk about?
I'm trying to heal from the surgery, Kat, that we both obviously had.
Can I break you up? Can I tell the world what's really going on about your wrist? Are you going to yell at me?
What's really going on?
Yeah. Let me just say, Susan, you can argue.
Get hiking boots.
Well, yeah, we all know how it happened. She needs hiking boots. But here's the thing. As you all know, I broke my wrist the exact same way. When I broke my wrist, my doctor had it wrapped tightly, had me in a sling, said, don't do anything that could hurt your wrist. You know, it's very delicate till the pins and everything heals. Can I tell you, this girl has got the sling off, has had the bandage off, has been out dancing, cleaning the house. And she goes, Kathy, my arm hurts so much. It's swollen.
It's swollen today.
Yeah. You know what? She doesn't follow doctor's orders. And in fact, she said to me, I'm going to call the doctor. I said, why the hell would you call the doctor? The minute he says, is it in a sling? No. Are you using it too much?
He didn't insist the sling.
He didn't insist.
He told me to wear the sling if I was around a crowd of people.
Hey, Susan, you were out dancing 2 nights ago. Did you wear the sling? No, she did not. So
it was Sunday fun day, and it was just a couple hours. And
it was only a couple of hours. People could have. So this is how Susan's like.
I felt sorry for myself, Kat. This sucks.
I do not feel sorry for you.
I want to see you do your hair, your makeup, take a shower. This armpit over here, if somebody didn't come over and shave it, it would have really long hair. It's a nightmare, people.
I'm just saying, Susan does not follow the doctor's orders. I'm ratting you out to Bachelor Nation. We love you.
Made to be broken. Anyhow.
Rules are made to be broken. All right. I don't know what to say here. That is going to wrap it up. It's been so much fun. Please, thank y'all for joining us. And
absolutely. And make sure to follow us on Bachelor Happy Hour. As you know, we have new stuff coming out all the time and you don't want to miss it.
Please make sure you submit your questions to us. Perhaps some of you doctors out there would like to send her some advice on her wrist or how to care for her arm while it's healing. I don't know. You can do it by going to bachelornation.com/golden hour or DM us on Instagram at Bachelor Happy Hour.
And listen to Bachelor Happy Hour's Golden Hour on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you listen to your podcast. Over and out.
Have a great week. Talk to you soon.